Pisces, welcome to a relationship reading for April 2019 for your sign. So Pisces, the intention of this reading is to provide synchronicity, perhaps if you're going through any struggles in your relationships, and spark conversation about what to do next. So I'm going to be putting that kind of a, it's not so much a disclaimer as an intention that I'm setting for this reading, because I want people to get rid of the idea of predictions. Because when you are looking for predictions, you're looking for, first of all, somebody else to tell you about your own life and what is going to happen to you, not what you could possibly do to change your circumstances. And to me, that feels very disempowering. So that's why I'm rephrasing this, or at least this month, kind of as a reminder. Well, here's the first card I got, so that should be synchronicity enough. Wow. This is pretty nice. And this is a relationship reading. I wish it was just like I wish I had kept it open as a love ring, because this could be great for single people too, in a way. But anyway, the heart of the matter is the Magician. So for people who are in relationships and they feel this sense of powerlessness, there is this feeling that you understand that you do call the shots in a lot of ways. That you may not be able to change somebody else, but you're able to change yourself. And I'm curious if any of you have met somebody new. Like you're in a primary relationship, but you've met somebody new, because we have here in the past position the Ace of Pentacles. This could be specifically an earth sign like Taurus, Virgo, your opposite sign, or Capricorn, or it just could simply mean that this person is a keeper because they represent solid ground. You see that little, what you'd call like an opening that's full of bushes. That's like a portal, and that's what the ace represents, because it's like a new chapter. And so the bottom line is that whether I don't believe that it happens where you meet somebody and then you realize that you're self-empowered. There would have to be something within yourself, Pisces, that gave you that understanding that you are in the driver's seat more than you know, and maybe you for a long time felt at the mercy of somebody else's moods or addiction or just negative behavior, and now you realize that there are people out here that are going to make your life better, not worse, you know. I think Pisces sometimes, I don't want to say gets addicted to suffering, but gets acclimated to it. Like it becomes second nature to suffer. And when you have somebody good who is adding to your life, not depleting you even more, that can feel a little bit strange, but it can also be a welcome relief. So again, without looking at this as a prediction, I want you to just see if somebody has come into your life that is that description that I mentioned. Because you could be in a long-term marriage and feel like, uh-oh, this is it. And then somebody new comes into your life. Now, the Ace of Pentacles can be like a new job. So you might meet that person in that environment. This is in the past position, so my assumption is that this is something that has already occurred. However, I think that when I'm filming this might have some kind of bearing on the timing as well. So just keep that in mind. I'm filming this in the first week of March, right after the new moon in Pisces. As a matter of fact, because during this new moon there's a Mercury retrograde, and many of you may be actually watching this in March, this could be someone from your past. But you know what? Scratch that. I don't think so, because with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like there's a newness to this relationship. So, if you are affected, because the Mercury retrograde occurs in your sign, so you are definitely rethinking something in your life, but it probably is not somebody new coming in. I mean, somebody from the past coming in, because that to me, Ace of Pentacles is a whole new ball game. The spiritual message of this situation is represented by the Two of Wands. Now, this is like, whenever you see a two, think about choices. The person is holding the world or globe in their hand. And I believe that part of this card could be like, what do you call that? Relocating, deciding whether or not to relocate or stay where you are. And it could have something to do with career, because the wands can relate to career. However, I look at the globe as representing expansion, and that's what wands represent ultimately, is, travel is a symbol of expansion. And yet I'm talking mainly here about when you have to make a choice, what is the choice that creates expansion in your life? So in this particular scenario, I am looking at two different people. One who is new represents stability, and one who probably, if we look at the challenge card, represents a lot of mental torment, games. The King of Swords in the challenge position, this could be a very callous person who is gaslighting you, so they could be a narcissist. And what they do, this is one of the, this is an air sign energy. So we're talking about Gemini. It could be, I think a lot of Pisces tend to be attracted to Geminis. What are the other ones? Libra, Aquarius. Now, that type of person tends not to have rage issues. But it's almost more insidious sometimes, because what they do is they are getting you to question your reality, to question your perceptions, to use words to be cruel, name calling or things like that. And for a Pisces person who's very sensitive, this can be this can affect you very greatly, and they know that. They're very intelligent people. They're very cunning. And so you may believe them to some degree, and that could be problematic. So it's really a question of, is that person creating more expansion in your life, or do they create contraction? Do they make you closed into yourself? Some people, they cause tightness. Physical reactions that we have to people, they could create like a tightness in the stomach, a tightness in the neck and shoulders, just that stress reaction. And some people, we feel so comfortable with them. And so pay attention to your body, pay attention to your emotions when you're around certain people. Pisces is so psychic and so able to soak up vibrations that they don't even realize when it's negative because it's happening 24/7. So the more that you are using your mind to kind of like separate, you know, I'm telling you to do the exact opposite of this person needs more of a heart opening. You need more of the mind because you're so much in the emotions that it can create this sense of not, you know, subjectivity. So you have to like be able to step aside from yourself on an intellectual level to gauge, you know, your environment, what it's doing to you, and the people that are in your environment and how they are affecting you positively or not so much. What is coming in is represented by the Two of Cups. And this was one of the reasons why I was initially thinking that this could be like a situation, the Ace of Pentacles could be reuniting with somebody. Now, there could be some kind of a thing where if you had whether it was an unrequited love or some sort of crush on somebody, and maybe they were committed to somebody else, or for whatever reason, they could not be in a relationship with you, that could be the time when you have a reunion, and that could be that Ace of Pentacles person. I didn't think of it at the time, but that could be somebody from your past, but not necessarily somebody that you've ever had a relationship with as a romantic relationship. So this is a card of commitment. Again, we're not looking at predictions for the month of April per se. This is a future position card. So maybe the King of Swords person is somebody that you are married to or living with, but it's almost like you're living two separate lives in a way, because they're very closed off. They're very detached, or if you want to call it, they kind of, maybe you feel rejected by that person. And this is the opposite energy. This is like two people that are, there's a mutual affection here, and you notice it's cups. So this is right up your alley, because this is what your sign represents, is the cups, the water signs, okay? So maybe it is a water sign, but it doesn't matter what the person's sign is. The point is commitment to that person, but commitment on a soul level, not just, you know, with a ring and a piece of paper, if that's what you have with this character. And then the outcome, if you know anything about the tarot, this is happily ever after. This is the marriage card. And I know that in 2019, not everybody gets legally married, but what does marriage represent? It represents commitment. It represents living together, like you're not living apart and having your lives are intertwined. And this is a card of family too, but family happiness. So let's say that you have children maybe with this person. This would indicate that you could blend your family if the new person has children, or that the children will accept this individual as I don't want to say substitute parent, because they already have that other person in their life, but as somebody that they want to be in their parent's life. You know how some children, they get very upset, but in this case it would be kind of a smooth transition. So the last two cards, rather than looking at them in the time frame of April, could be just seen as this is, whoever this person is could be the one, you know, could be somebody that you really can make a commitment to, even if you're married to the King of Swords. So I think that's really wonderful for this type of reading. I hope that you got something from this, Pisces, and if you would like a more personalized reading, please do check out my offerings. I have my website below. Have a wonderful April. Take care. Bye.